for. Who am I? I would say I'm Dr. Abby, and I was raised here in Florida, born in New York, and the daughter of a Filipino immigrant. I was raised in their culture, but also now have become a true Filipino American, balancing the culture that I grew up with and the culture that I live in. One thing about me is that I'm always growing, learning, and doing whatever God guides me to do. So I've been in higher education for many years, finished my PhD in industrial organizational psychology, and did research on 500 Filipino Americans, finding that the more that we adhere to our culture, the less we are assertive. My mission and my legacy is for me to go out there and empower people to find their voice, to be assertive, because they have a lot of value to give to this world, and they have to show everyone their importance and know their importance in everything they do. What do I do? Okay, so I started in education. I'm still working in higher education now, but after I did my research on Filipino Americans, I turned that into speaking, and I did the 3 TEDx talks. I have written 2 books, and one of them is Speak Up, Anak, which is an Amazon bestseller that talks about how Filipinos can be assertive. I have taken my message to the stand-up comedy stage. Yes, that has happened. And now I just had a side hobby, making sewing and making Filipino sleeves to put on dresses. And I started making boleros and then started making dresses. And now I've had the best time finding dresses at thrift stores that I can now put the Filipino sleeves on. This is a new adventure. It's a new experience for us to bring our Filipino culture into the clothes that we wear every day, so that we can show everyone, hey, we're Filipino. My grandmother taught me how to do just a straight stitch, and I made my very first blouse, and now I love that I can pick any fabric, flowers, paisleys, polka dots, even pop art, and turn it into our Filipino culture and bridge the gap from traditional to modern. The first time I made a Filipino gown, well, I was one of the youngest members of the board of Philippine Cultural Foundation in Tampa, and we'd have our Sampaguita ball. It was so grand, and everyone wore these very extravagant dresses, gowns, and at that point it was not in my budget. I was still young, and so I remember I went to a thrift store and I bought a bridesmaid dress, and then I found some fabric that matched a little bit and made the sleeves, and then sewed it onto that dress and wore it to the gala right beside all the titas wearing their big extravagant gown. My new brand is called Abaniko, and I love it because it has my name in it, Abby, and it's Abaniko, which means fan. And I love this because my message over and over is that we must express ourselves, we must assert ourselves, and the way that the fan was used historically was during a time when the women were not allowed to speak up. They would use their fan. They could open it slowly or quickly, hold it over their face, and it would tell others, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm interested, I'm not interested. And so nothing's going to keep us from expressing ourselves, express our culture in our everyday lives, at work, hanging out with our friends, going to events, weddings, birthdays, restaurants, wherever you are. You could dress it up, you could wear it casually, but people will know there's something different. I love the story of the butterfly sleeve because it originated when the Spanish colonized the Philippines. They brought in their fashion and they wore these blouses with large sleeves. And after the Spanish colonization was over, then Filipino designers took that sleeve and gave it its own distinct look that made it specifically Filipino, not Spanish. And it took the big sleeve and it made it flat like this and standing up, and this was our look. So they came from one thing, they innovated towards something new and something theirs. Now, the Abaniko brand is a way that we can do the transformation from traditional to Filipino American, which is more modern, more current, while still bringing in our tradition. So now I'm going to Film Fashion Week, and I am so excited about it. I mean, just to be part of something grand where Filipino Americans are here. We are on the map with our fashion, with our presence, with our ingenuity. And this year, the theme is decolonization, and specifically innovation, which is at the heart of my brand, Abaniko, because fashion in the Philippines has always been innovative because it started from the influence of the Spanish colonizers who brought in the big, large sleeves, and then Filipino designers made it like this, flat and also a little bit shorter and standing up like this. And this is truly us. We innovated to find our own identity, our own style. And now Abaniko is part of the forward movement of innovation when it comes to making this traditional style now work for us in current society, where we could wear it wherever we are and show the world we are Filipino. What do I hope that people will feel when they wear these designs? I would say I want them to feel pride in their culture. I want people to turn their head and say, oh, that's very interesting. And they could say, yes, as a matter of fact, this is from my culture. This is from my heritage. I'm Filipino. And then I want them to feel like the Filipino fashion is alive. It's not just sitting in your closet waiting for the next gala. No, it's part of your everyday. You're wearing it 2-3 times a week. You could wear it right over your business dress, business suit. You could wear it with jeans. I want you to feel like you have life. You're bringing life to your identity as a Filipino.